So this tute is about making an animatic or an animated storyboard in Photoshop. The steps to getting to this point were that first of all we started with an Aesop fable, the donkey in the lion's skin, and from this we've written a treatment. So this is a treatment example, and from the treatment I've prepared a storyboard, the donkey in the lion's skin, and at the moment I just have 2 pages of storyboard images. I've also done an audio mix down. Some intro music.
Once there was a donkey.
Ta-da!
Everyone knew he was a donkey because he sounded like a donkey.
Ew.
Okay, so with these elements, the audio, the storyboard, and well, those elements, I'm going to go into Photoshop and create an animatic. So in Photoshop, I'm going to create a new document, and this document is going to be of type film and video. I'm going to go for a very low resolution. I'm actually going to go with the NTSC digital video resolution, which is 720 by 480. This does not have to be a high definition video image. Better to keep it small. I'm going to set the background color to black and give it a name, donkey. Okay, that's all I need to set up here. I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, so in so under File, I'm going to now link to my first storyboard page. And I'm going to stretch, first of all, I'm going to use Command minus to shrink it down in size, and then I'm going to stretch out this image until it kind of is about the size of my screen. So you can see I've really stretched it out here. And there's my first frame. Now, I'm also going to create a video timeline. Well, first of all, I have to hit enter to take my transformation. Then I'm going to create a video timeline, and in the video, if you don't see this timeline, if something's happened, just you can always find it here under timeline. So now I have my timeline. I'm also going to add the audio. We go under add audio, and here's my mixed down wave file that I made, and I can zoom. So there's the entire length of my animatic, my soundtrack. I'm just going to stretch this guy out a little bit, and let's just have a look. So it's about 7 seconds of music.
Once there was a donkey.
Ta-da!
Now, so that's about where I want to bring in the ta-da. Let me just see here.
There was a donkey.
Okay, so I want to, at this point here, I want to move on to the second frame of my storyboard. So what I'm going to do is to put a keyframe here and move the animation to the second frame. So let's just check what we got there. Oh, I didn't put a keyframe at the start. So a keyframe at the start. And a keyframe here. Now, there's two types of keyframe. There's the linear keyframe, linear interpolation, and there's the hold as the interpolation. We need hold. I haven't found a way to make hold the default, but anyway, as long as you know how to change it. So now we have our 10 frames, and in fact, I might even just have some frames of blackness and then allow the first frame to appear.
Once there was a donkey.
Ta-da!
Everyone knew he was a donkey because he...
So we have the ta-da. Now in my next keyframe, hold, I want to move to the narrator saying everybody he knew he was a donkey, and the donkey just kind of listening to the narrator.
Ta-da!
Everyone knew he was a donkey because he sounded like a donkey.
Eeyore.
And so on. Eeyore. We'll hold that one there and go to the frame where he says Eeyore.
Eeyore. Eeyore.
And said the
kind of things that a donkey says. Now for this one, I've got to go down the row. So you can see just moving around the storyboard, I can get to the parts I want to get to.
Eeyore. Eeyore.
and said the kind of things you would expect a donkey to say.
Hey guys, let's...
So again, hold.
Hey guys, let's have a race to see who can eat the most apples. Awesome.
So you can see how I'm working here and just using the keyframes to move the image around.
Awesome.
One day, Donkey was walking along looking for something amusing to do when he came across a lion skin left behind by some hunters.
Whoa, a lion skin.
Now, this was the last frame for my first storyboard. So now I need to close this one up and place my second storyboard. And again, I need to stretch it out. And make sure that it's kind of size I need. To be honest, it doesn't matter if it gets a bit distorted. It'll still look fine. Just stretch this guy out a bit. Okay. Enter to accept the size change. scroll this along a bit and stretch out the timeline. So,
whoa, a lion skin. Awesome.
So, whoa, a lion skin. Awesome. Again, don't forget to put on this one, this second storyboard, we'll start with a keyframe.
Oh, a lion skin. Awesome.
And a second keyframe here where he suddenly has a great idea. And both these keyframes need to be hold keyframes. Let's just check that. Transition now.
Left behind by some hunters.
Whoa, a lion skin. Awesome.
Being a donkey, he could not help but to try on the suit.
Woohoo, look at me. I'm a big ferocious...
So we continue. So I've basically continued and placed each of my storyboard frames onto the timeline now. So what do I got?
Once there was a donkey.
Ta-da!
Everyone knew he was a donkey because he sounded like a donkey.
Eeyore, Eeyore.
And said the kind of things you would expect a donkey to say.
Hey guys, let's have a race to see who can eat the most apples. Awesome.
One day, Donkey was walking along looking for something amusing to do when he came across a lion skin left behind by some hunters.
Whoa, a lion skin. Awesome.
Being a donkey, he could not help but to try on the suit.
Woohoo, look at me. I'm a big ferocious lion. Yay. Think I'm gonna have some fun with this.
The donkey in the lion's skin came to a group of animals resting by the waterhole.
Hey dudes, I'm a big scary lion.
And so I'd continue in this way with the remaining storyboard sheets, which I'm not going to do at the moment, but you get the idea. I'm pretty much halfway through my story, so another 2, maybe 3 storyboard sheets would be enough to finish this off. Once I've got my animatic constructed in Photoshop, then it's time to export it. In Photoshop, we export by going under the File, Export menu, and down to Render Video. In Render Video, I'm going to select the folder, which is the folder where I have my PSD file and my animatic items. Donkey.mp4 is fine. H.264 is fine. We have a quality setting here. There's no reason for it to be high or medium quality. That would be fine. And everything else I'm just going to leave the same. So if we render this, let's see how big our video is. So the video has rendered, and if we have a look, the MP4 is 5 megs. Now that's not too bad for a short video, and the PSD file is actually 50 megs, 10 times as big. But don't worry, this is the one that we wanted to make sure of, and the size, the resolution is fine. And that's how you can make a simple animatic in Photoshop. Hope you found this useful.